Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. So, in the last one, we managed to get through several quests. We managed to finally get through Fing's quest, which got rid of our tracker. We managed to get through the Navigator's quest. So, yeah, we went through a lot of things, and now we're just kind of going through the motions. We also managed to get through Lem and Mina's quest, did some babysitting. So, now the only things we really have is the Sidereel quest, Rico's quest, and Tabla's, I think that's her name. Is it Tabla? It's not Tabla. It's Tab something. Bar Lady. The Bar Lady's quest. So those are the things that we have left. But we left on a bit of a cliffhanger with this. So, Rico, what's up? Rico is at her bench, running small vials of some liquid through an old chemical analysis machine. The whirring of the spinning drum fills the lab with white noise, and you aren't sure if she notices you approach. Sleeper, it's good to see you. She looks up smiling. This little project of ours has been keeping me awake the last few cycles. But right now, well, I think I have something. What is it? The drum finishes spinning and Rico lifts a vial from it, holding it up to the light. This is something I extracted from the club heads you've been bringing me. And according to my analysis, it is a substance totally unique on the Greenway. You look at the small amount of liquid in the vial. Any idea what it might be? Rico asks without looking away from the vial. Stabilizer? Rico nods. You aren't the first sleeper to come through here. Perhaps I should have mentioned that earlier. Rico's tone suddenly drops, changing the atmosphere in the lab immediately. I just thought, she pauses, thinking very carefully of how to continue. I just wanted you to trust us. What do you mean? She sighs. They came through a fair few cycles ago. We found them wandering in the broken section near the gap. The members who brought them in had never seen one of you before. They were terrified of this strange person wandering in from open vacuum. They were quieter than you and damaged. We did our best to patch them up and welcome them to the commune. I only really spoke to them once while I was working on their wounds along with a couple of system engineers. She looks nervously at you. I'd never seen a body like that before. I took some readings, some samples. Samples? You have to understand, I was curious. I didn't know what I was looking at. I just took a little of their damaged material, less than a thumbnail. She shifts her weight to her crutch. The next cycle, they were gone. They took a little food and hiked up towards the wild margins where the greenway meets the waste. Someone saw them in the distance, but that was it. They disappeared into the overgrowth. Was that the person, or was that the sleeper that Ankita's friend turned around and got a hold of? She sits down heavily, the vial in her hand. When I saw you, I wanted things to be different. I wanted to keep you here rather than let you disappear into wherever they ended up. She smiles to herself. Yes, I wanted to understand this place better, but I also wanted to help you. It seems that somehow both my wishes have come true at once. She holds out a hand with the vial. This is for you. You take the stabilizer, the glass cold and smooth in your hand. Thank you. Don't thank me, she gazes out at the greenway through the glass. Those club heads caps made it for you, or at least who or whatever made those club heads. She starts to clear her branch. It was right there, contained in their tissue. I only had to extract it. I imagine you understand how incredible that is. I learned enough from that sleeper to know that your body, your frame runs on some exotic technology. Exotic technology that has a time limit built in. Somehow the Greenway knows that too. It understands your physiology much better than I ever could. It knows how to treat you. Just like that miraculous antidote that sprung from the mold, so this sprung from your presence here. The Greenway is speaking to you. It is welcoming you. She looks up. I know it sounds crazy, but I know it to be true. Here's the evidence. And what I also know is it is no longer speaking to me. Even after decades here, I have never seen this kind of response. Not since the antidote so many cycles ago. She smiles. So I'm going to make you a deal. You bring me as many club heads as you like. I'll extract the stabilizer and give it to you, freely. But you have to tell me what the Greenway says. You have to speak with it, to dig into it, to find what being is at the center of it. I've traveled as far as I can. I need you to do the rest. Can you do that? Yes. Rico sighs with relief and deflates into her chair. Thank you. I'm sorry for the other sleeper. Truly I am. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more. But I'm so glad I met you. She smiles. You are welcome here anytime. Rico falls silent. She looks smaller now, more fragile, and you realize how old she must be to have seen the collapse firsthand. You idle a little in the lab, in case she asks for anything else, but she remains silent, and so you drift back into the tunnel, thoughts of that other sleeper, and where they ended up weighing on your mind. All right, grow your own. So now, so now I can turn around and grow my own stabilizer. But now I can also plant this seed. The only way to understand what Gardner gave you is to grow it. Rico is incredibly excited by the project. Okay, so let's put it in. I'll take good care of it, sleeper. Rico smiles. Don't you worry. And the result of that is going to be quite some time from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, maybe in that time I'll turn around and oh, let's see if I need more stabilizers. I'll just go there. But yeah, I guess maybe within that time I'll be done with the whatchamajiggy, the quest for Lem and Mina. Or really for myself to a certain degree. Okay, so let us go back down here to the Sidereel hull. And let's put in some more work. So these dice don't look too bad. I still need to be careful. And this is might be bad. Okay, so that worked out fine. Also, how many upgrade points do I have? I just have the one. Okay. So it's starting to get a little dicey towards the end as far as points go. Wait, why can I not move this? Oh, okay. Game kind of bugged out there for a second. I guess I'll go ahead and get some food. It's not super necessary, but I'll go ahead and do it. And at some point, I am going to get those fungus for him. And I guess I will go ahead and use... Oh, let me feed the cat. Let me do that twice, because I feel like I didn't do it last time. And I'll also repair myself a bit. Just in case. I mean, it's funny, I have this ability now, and I don't really need it so long as I have scrap. And I'll probably end up getting scrap every single time I work, so... Them's the breaks. Did that take 2 every time? Yeah, it took 2. Yeah, it took 2 every time. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back into it. Yeah, man, I guess until I finish that, then that's just gonna be it for right now. So I'm gonna use the 2 and the 3, though I kind of want to re-roll that one too. But yeah, I'll go ahead and use it. It's 2550, which isn't terrible. Okay, nice. And then let's re-roll these. I still got that 2, which isn't great. Okay. And I don't want to use that danger there. So I'll go ahead and use this at the bar. This is just risky. Okay, so I lost some energy. Not the end of the world. Okay. Get myself some food to end off the cycle. Then I'll go home, feed the cat. Okay. And I think the last, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna do for right now in this cycle. And it's basically just gonna be this until I finish up down there. Oof. Not great dice. Not great dice at all. But I'll use that 5. Okay, I'm almost done actually. I didn't even notice that. Ooh, just one more. Roll that. Okay. This should be it. Oh, come on. It's really gonna screw me this time, isn't it? Okay, there we go. So that's done. Let's go ahead and continue. Your crew slowly filters out of the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There's excitement in the air. Kevin has just made an announcement. The assembly teams are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the Sidereel out there, its hulking mass now intimately familiar to you. Over the past cycles, you've watched it grow, be assembled. You've walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it is ready for the final stage. It will go to testing now, then enter a final process of sealing and resealing, checking and rechecking before it's deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't help but feel proud. A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem changing out his work gear. Mina nowhere to be seen. He smiles. She'll be ready soon. Where's Mina? You two are fast friends, huh? She's being watched at home. Now I'm on the work team. I can afford a bit more help, he corrects himself. Was on the work team, I mean. We're all out of a job now. He quickly adds, not that I'm complaining. He comes to sit beside you on the bench. She's got to be in her best shape when she carries you, Mina and me, out of here. So confident? Lem smiles apologetically. Why not? I figure I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if. Until the draw, anyway, and there's a few cycles till then. Lem is right, but the odds seem unlikely anyway. How many are working on the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count past through. And are the Sealess Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here on the Eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the Sidereel in a surrogate system? As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look. Tell me about Sealess. The Foundation? He thinks. I'm not sure I know much more than you. I hear they have a planet in mind for the Sidereel, something temperate and habitable. I think they are run by some rich folk with the core, people interested in doing things different. Different how? Lem looks into space. Well, I guess they don't like the way the core runs things. All these surrogate systems, like this one, feeding resources into their silos. It's a pyramid of sorts, and we're at the bottom layer. I guess Sealess wants to change that. I'd rather keep my mind on the prize, so to speak. I don't much care what they are for or against, as long as they can help us get out of here, he sighs. You ever been in a thunderstorm, Sleeper? A real big one? I don't remember. Lem shoots you a worried look for a moment. It's something else, he smiles. The sound, the smell, the rain hammering down. The whole sky stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge. The place I was born, New Pembroke, a dry old rock in the Conway system, had 2 seasons. One of them was as dry as bone, dusty and ugly. The other one was one long storm, a side effect of the terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets. It washed the dust away, turn the streets to rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell, he sniffs. Some days I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking, Mina's never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's grown up here, the ring her only horizon, always in the dark. I want to change that for her. You will. Of course, almost there. Lem stands stretching. Best get back to the little one anyway. With the shift's done, I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few for the draw. I'll be there. Right on, he grins. Lem leaves, making you the last person in the cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about rain, and little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the Sidereel really take you to a planet? A place with weather, with skies, with life? You get up quickly, before you can think about it anymore. It's too soon to hope, too dangerous. There's work to be done. Okay, so that is done. And we just have this for a few cycles. So, moving the horizon. Sealists are apparently going to start moving the Sidereel horizon to the hub soon. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 6. So 6 turns before that is dealt with. So I guess now the only thing I can do is the bar. And growing my own mushrooms. That's pretty much all I can do. Let's see, cross the greenway. And then I have to finish the stuff with Infus as well. That's going to be done in pretty much 6 turns. Let's cross the rim again. And let's ascend. See if there's anything up here. Yeah, it's just the bar. I can buy a spacer meal. There's the hub. I can access the manifest or a spacer socializing. Let's do this. Just because there's a bar there, so I'm going to max it out. Okay. Oh, what's this? Bliss. Ship mechanic. No way, Moritz. You take those substandard filters back to the shitheels who sold you them. You hear the voice echoing out of the bay as you pass, and moments later, what you assume is Moritz drifts out with it, dragging a pallet of filter cartridges by a tether. Hey, you out there, the same voice echoes out of the entrance. Looking for work? Yes? I just need a hand. Get in here. The voice is coming from someone shorter than you expected. She is floating in the microgravity of the She is floating in the microgravity of the docking bay, beside a half-deconstructed life support unit that looks like it might have exploded at some point. She points a wrench in your direction. You know anything about these things? She doesn't wait for an answer. Scratch that. Just help me with the casings. Help her. All right then. She definitely moves around the unit, making space for you beside the central seam in the dented case. Just take a grip here and lift out and up. Then I can get in and unbolt it. She whacks the unit with the wrench. Whole thing is twisted to shit. You dig your fingers under the casing and lift it away, the metal squealing with the force. She slips her hands under, spinning the wrench to slip out the bolts, catching them in her other hand when they spiral free. All good. The casing lifts off, revealing the ornate piping of the unit's interior. She whistles at the mess of ducts and filters. By the way, everyone calls me Bliss. She pats you on the shoulder, offering little in the way of an explanation. What do you do here? Repairs, fit-ups, tear-downs. Bliss starts pushing and pulling at the ductwork, looking for fractured pipes. We haggled for contracts, but the good ones get snapped up quick by the bigger bays, so here I am trying to get this M2 unit running, again for one of the freelance tugs. Small-time stuff. Hold this. She rips out a ribbed pipe and hands it to you like a freshly caught fish. We turn stuff around fast and neat. Maybe we get a chance at landing something bigger. Something starts hissing in the unit, and Bliss quietens it with a precise whack. But to be honest with you, the way things are going, I can already see the other crews licking their lips, ready to take this place over. She looks up at you. I'm almost out of luck. Offer to help. I appreciate it. Let me finish before you jump, though. She keeps working, twisting aside pipes with care. There we are. Bliss pulls her hand from deep inside the unit, and out it comes, clutching a lumpen cube scorched black. This thing must have overloaded and popped half of itself out the side. You both duck down to the side of the unit and spot the exit wound, its edges fringed with more scorched marks. Grab me a replacement converter from the racks, will you? Okay, head to the rack. You kick off from the unit and drift over to the wall racks, where a catalog of parts sits secured in clamps. Colored tape and scrawled notes flutter across the wall, a complex organizational system of Bliss's own design, or just a big mess. You try to pick out the right part. M2 converter, right? You grab the part and push back to the unit. Bliss holds out an arm and you pass it over, and the converter is spinning gently as it leaves your hand. Perfect, you passed. She straightens up from the unit. That is, if you want to work here. Bliss rubs her hands clean, looking down at her palm. Truth is, I need a hand here. My partner skipped out on me and left me with a whole mess. You seem like you might at least be better at spotting a clean air filter than Moritz. I'd be happy to. Wait, she frowns at the racks. That's not all of it. My old business partner, they rinsed the place, emptied the accounts. To bid for jobs, we need to put down deposits, bring in parts, pay tug fees. For that, we need chits. You want me to pay to work? Come on, it's not like that. We be partners, straight split. Bliss settles herself against the unit and looks off into the distance. I guess I look pretty stupid. Here I am asking any random passerby to be my business partner. No offense. She manages a smile. It is pretty weird. She gives you a sideways look. Don't tease me. Bliss goes back to working on the unit. Look, it's no pressure. You find the money, or you find someone who has, or you just forget the whole thing. Up to you. She gestures for you to help her refit the casing, and you both slide it back into place. I think I'm good to wrap this one up for now. But if you're into it, come back and we can bid on a new contract. Something to get our teeth into. Something that pays. She gives you a serious look. You can trust me. I don't say this stuff lightly. You kick away the bay, propelling yourself back to the handholds at the entrance. You slip out with a wave, and as you do, someone slips back in. You hear Blitz as you glide down the passageway. Moritz, I swear to God, if those filters aren't clean. You smile. Seems like this could be interesting. Okay, so we have a new drive now. Drive's looking a little thin over here. So I still need to do the get to know Enfys. I don't know why this is. Oh, okay, that's just planting the seed. I don't really need to build a ship mine. I guess I could do it just to get it off of here. Just got the Bliss stuff. Improve the overlook. Help set up the distillery. And that's win a Sidereel ticket. So now I just gotta wait for the ticket draw. Okay. Bliss's Bay. So it's gonna take 80 chits. A scam or an opportunity. Bliss seems solid enough, and this might be your best chance to get in on the hub's repair trade. Sure, why not? I got monies. Bliss is incredibly grateful. I'll pay back every chit, I promise you. I guess you two are partners now. Bayview. So now I just have to wait 3 turns for that. Okay, so we have another job to do here. And at some point we'll finish this last one off. But yeah, for now we are done. So we will go ahead, feed the cat, go home, and chill. Oh, I also need to get some scrap too. Well, I think I can buy some scrap actually. Or is that ship gone? That ship is gone. Great. Well, I think I can buy some from the market here, right? Port exchange. It's always hungry for new hardware. Nope. Port fabricator. Nope. Okay, so yeah, I might as well just save it and wait until the next go around, and then I can turn around and buy some scrap. And I still have a stabilizer, so actually I could just use one of those. Get some fungus. Okay. Should I use... Actually, yeah, I think I'll hold off on that. Because, I mean, I do need scrap, but I don't need it that bad right now. So I'll just wait till the next turn. Still only have one upgrade point. Alright, let's feed the stray. Okay, let's end the cycle. Okay, so that leaves me missing one of these. Let's see what we have here exactly. Shipyard. What's this? Sidereel draw. Oh, so that's in 3 turns. Okay. Oh, then it's different now. Moving the horizon. Interesting. Does that mean that something is going to happen? Maybe I'll get it on the first try, but then I'm only going to have 3 turns basically to help out old buddy. Huh. I smell shenanigans. Okay. So that's a thing. Okay, so let's cross the greenway. Should I do some scrap, or I guess I could help out Tavla at the bar. Yeah, because there's nothing to do up here right now. Oh, well, there's the hub. So let me go ahead and do that. Use that +2. Hopefully it'll be okay. Yep. Alright, so I have Weightless Wanderer now. Keisho capsules. Space sleeping berths. The only place to sleep on the hub. Hacked off a colony ship and welded to the ring, they are surprisingly expensive to rent. To rent? Crap. I'm spending a lot of money here. But sure, I guess. Okay, so I have that now. Right, is this a new home? Yes, it is. It is a new home now. I guess that's not a terrible place, but I'm not going to deal with that just yet. I mean, this isn't a bad situation that I'm in right now, so let's go ahead and descend the car, descend to the rim. And I guess we can help out at the bar. Yeah, let's build that steel. Okay, got that. Alright, let's roll that. That was a 3. Not great. Not terrible. Okay, so that's halfway there. All right. And I guess we'll just eat and go home after that. Like I said, a little bit of a lull, but such is the way of things right now. Feed the stray. Use that scrap over here. Shoot. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, not the greatest dice in the world there. Again, not a whole lot has changed. We'll have that draw here in a second. And I guess just in the meantime, we will continue to work at the bar. I don't want to re-roll those dice because they are pretty good. I will re-roll that one though. Oh, it's done. Tala. God, I called her Tabla. That was the game. Tala stands back from the newly finished steel and tub, hands on hips. Look at this, she grins. The overlooked distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the shoulders. Thank you. How's sourcing ingredients? Tala smiles. I think I've got most of it covered between the food factories in the low end and the farm stacks on the greenway. However, she pauses, there is an issue. What's the problem? Well, Jarol the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Jarol the mushroom. That's what gives it that golden color and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need Jarol caps to make Jarol, but no one wants to supply us. The distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there, so it's hard to get a single cap across the Founder's Gap. However, I have an idea. We can grow our Jarol caps here. She gestures at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. Well, I mean, I can bring you mushrooms. Tala gives you a pitying look. Where's your vision? Any outside supplier means they take a cut. Okay, maybe not you, but someone somewhere takes a cut. Tala puts a hand on the steel. We made a steel. We set all this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They barely need soil. We can do this, she pauses. Or at least we could if we had something to grow them from. Like spores. Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap. And you are the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You built the steel. You're great with plants. You know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Half of that isn't even true. Don't be so modest, she pats you on your shoulder. Look, I can't leave the bar, and the others people picking up shifts, she grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Fine. Wonderful. You'll love it over in the Greenway, I think. All that fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. She turns back to look at the steel and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something, though, isn't it? And want to or not, you really have to agree. Okay, so we need to get those spores for Tala. I can also work a bar shift. I only have the one, so let's re-roll that. I got a 1. That seems like about my luck. I'm gonna have to be careful though, because money is kind of tight. Not real tight, but It's not in the greatest of shape. So I'm just going to use this one over here. Get some money. Get some food. Okay, so that got me some energy. Nah, that's fine. I guess I will leave it at that then. And I will go home, feed the stray. And end the cycle. Okay. Again, not great dice. What the? Moritz. Hey, a quiet voice greets you as you leave. Sleeper, it's me. Who? Moritz, he pauses. I work for Bliss. He rubs the back of his head. You're not an easy person to find. I move around. Moritz holds up his hand. Hey, no judgment. It's cool. You both stand there for a moment, each waiting for the other to speak. What's up? Yeah. Well, Bliss needs you. A job just came in, a real big one. She's asking for you to come up and help her out. He nods sagely. I'll be right there. Nice, yeah? Morris stands there for a little while, unsure if the message is delivered. I've got it. Cool, cool, cool. He looks around. Bliss just likes me to do a thorough job, you know. He rubs his hands together before burying them in his jacket pockets. See you, Sleeper. Moritz ambles off down the corridor, kicking at a filter cap on his way out. Time to head to Bliss's Bay, then. I don't know if I'm gonna head there right now, because I got a couple things I need to deal with. There's Lem and Mina I need to deal with. What else? I need to get some spores, too. I only need 3. So let me cross the greenway. This still has about, what is that? 3 more turns? Yep, 3 more turns for that. I feel like there was something else I was waiting on too. Not sure. But yeah, let me collect some spores. That should give me 2. Okay. That gives me 4. Nice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna save that because maybe something is gonna come up with Lem and Mina, and then I can have that perfect dice to just go ahead and use. All right. The crowds have already gathered by the time you get to the shipyard, and you recognize faces among them, people you've worked alongside on the Sidereel. The intervening cycles have turned their excitement to anxiety, and a few of them smile at you. Instead, the nervous energy of the crowd fills the space, creating a feedback loop of growing tension. You pick out Lem and Mina and work your way over to them, pushing through the crowd. He silently raises his eyebrows at you, his anxiety obvious, but Mina flashes you a huge smile, unaware of the tension. Robot, she calls out, reaching out to you. Hug her? Sure. She gratefully accepts your hug, leaning against your chest, and Lem smiles, seemingly glad to share the weight of Mina for a moment. Quite the turnout, huh? Lem glances around, pulling Mina close. I don't think patience is one of this crowd's strengths. The sound of an argument towards the back catches your and Lem's attention. He is putting it lightly. This place seems set to explode. This isn't good. Lem doesn't dare answer, but the look in his eyes suggests he agrees. This is Aster Inghart of the Celis Foundation. The announcement echoes from the speakers at the shipyard entrance, and shouts of quiet rapidly follow. I'm sorry I can't be there to meet you all, and thank you on behalf of Sindra Silas, for the work you have done on the Sidereel horizon. Most of the crowd strains to see Aster's face, but the small display shows only a ghostly white figure, smudged and unclear. Sindra wanted me to pass on her personal thanks for your commitment to and belief in the Silas Foundation's mission. We chose the Eye for this project because we knew that we would find like-minded individuals here, especially among the ranks of the venerable Haven Edge Association. Unlike most of the Corps, we neither believe Erland's Eye to be a threat or a rogue state, but instead an embryo for the formation of a new decentralized social structure, one where each citizen might be the master of their own destiny. A ripple of impatience runs through the crowd. I didn't come here for a sermon. You are all pioneers, just like those core citizens who the Sidereel Horizon will carry in cryosleep to the planet that will become the Foundation's first frontier world, Silas 1. At the mention of the destination world, excited conversations break out among the workers. There are citizens. There our citizens. Oh God. There our citizens will be able to create their own innovative bottom-up economic order, aligned with the principles set by Sindra Silas herself: freedom, resilience, and self-sustenance. This is all thanks to your tireless efforts in the Havenage yards. As a reward for those efforts, you may know that we are offering a select group the opportunity to join the caretakers of this vision, the staff of the Sidereel Horizon, who will maintain the vessel during its multi-decade transit through interstellar space. Lem turns to you, his eyes bright. This is it. This draw has been performed at random by the central AIs of the Foundation, and is final and binding. Please note, only licensed contractors of the Foundation are eligible for this draw. I know you have all been eagerly awaiting this day, and without further delay, I will now read the Silas identification numbers of those chosen for this great honor. Murmurs runs through the crowd. Silas identification numbers? Licensed contractors? You've never even heard the term mentioned. Is this something you were supposed to be assigned? You glance at Lem, but his eyes are fixed forward, wide and shimmering. All around you, people are speaking in hushed tones, like a rising wave. Aster starts reading out sequences of numbers and letters, and panic begins to set in. No one seems to know what is happening. Somewhere near the front of the crowd, someone shouts in celebration. Everyone pushes forward. Lem? You turn to see Lem still staring forward. Mina is scared now, as the shouts start. Daddy? Someone throws something at the entrance and it rattles against the shipyard doors. You see for the first time, Havenite security stood on either side, scared, arguing between themselves. You feel the anger rising in the crowd. Lem, let's go. He doesn't move. They might call out names. I can't. Mina tugs at his dog tags. It's not happening. Lem blinks rapidly, then turns to you. He opens and closes his mouth and looks down at Mina. He sees the fear in her eyes and understands. It's time to go. You lead Lem and Mina out, shoving people aside. As you do, you hear the sound of scuffles emerging at the front of the crowd, of metal canisters bouncing off the shipyard walls. You keep your head down and walk away, the sound of Aster reading off the ciphers echoing above the chaos like some strange mantra. When you turn to Lem, there are tear tracks running down his cheeks, and Mina is sniffling into his jacket. You feel the sadness rising in you too. They screwed you. Screwed all of you. You were never even on the list. The feeling is as unpleasant as it is familiar. You stare ahead into the tunnel as security sirens sound out, a signal for the coming violence. Dang. Drive failed? Wait, how's this my fault? Well, dang. So, I mean, is there something I could have done? I mean, What? Lem and Mina's unit. Lem's out. There's a note on the door of the unit. Sleeper, gone to find work. Lem. Well, damn. I mean, I did kind of expect to get screwed, but is that... I'm curious though, like, is this something that I failed because of something I did, or is this something that I just had no control over? Huh. Well, damn. Lets us in. All right. So, full systems flush. Bliss has an idea. A full system flush with tracer fluid to reveal the leaks, which means an emergency venting of all tanks. Brilliant. Dangerous. And then there's sealing the leaks. Or tank recladding. Typically the way to fix this kind of leak is to painstakingly inspect and reseal the entire ship's cladding. But is there time? Okay. Ember's wake contract. Oh, this is only 3 cycles. Great. Sealing the leaks. So yeah, I need to get on this as soon as possible. Wait a second. Okay, this kind of puts me in an awkward position. Yeah, I only have 1, so I just have to use these 2. Either way, let's do it. Okay, give me 2. Oh, great. Leaves me in a bad position. But let's get some food. Maybe this will help me out. Okay. Yeah, that'll be enough right now. 2 will come down. And then I can do something about that in the next cycle. Boy, things kind of got dicey real quick here. Let me take these spores over here to the overlook bar. Quickly get through this. Maybe I can get an upgrade point too in the process. They're so cute, says Tala, looking at the container of spores. Her excitement is infectious. Okay, now we have to wait. First batch. Tala has locked herself away in the back room while she's focusing on the distilling. She won't let anyone in or out, so I have to wait 6 turns for that. Great. Okay, so it's just a lot of waiting for right now. Well, there's that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this stabilizer and get my stuff back up, because I feel like things are gonna get a little dicey for a little bit. Okay. And then let's feed the stray. Alright, let's end the cycle. Okay, it's not horrible dice. It's gonna be 2 for that. Ship will be there in a second. I just wonder what this thing is, though. Moving the horizon. So there's still 2 turns for that. Yeah, why is that a thing? I'm not sure why that is a thing. Maybe if I would have waited. I don't know. It might just be a story thing, too. Okay, so let's go ahead and ascend the car. Come up here. Only got 2 more turns to finish this. So... can we get this turn? Maybe? Okay, let's try this. Alright, nice. Not the greatest. As you both wait in the airlock for it to cycle back to the bay, Bliss thumps you on the arm. Nicely done, Sleeper. We cleared that contract no problem, she stretches. Once we're back in the bay, we can check the payment. We can check the payment has come through and divide it up, she stretches. Feels good. The airlock clunks and the lights flicker, and a moment later, you're back in the bay, where Moritz is at the racks, trying to figure out where the mess of tools Bliss left in her wake should be hung. Hey, Moritz. Moritz looks over his shoulder. Sleeper? He spins a wrench in his hand. Looked like clean work out there, he nods respectfully. You look over at Bliss, who is already gliding over to her management console. She twirls a little as she crosses the cavernous bay. No one you've ever met moves as well in zero G as she does. It's like she was born into it. Shit, she slams a fist in the console. Shit, shit, shit. What's up? I can't even... Bliss closes her eyes. Come here, Bliss calls you over. Look at this. Just look. She spins the terminal screen and you see the details for the bay's accounts. You see an entry for the Ember's wake, a repair fee paid in full the moment you finished up the job, but then directly after, the whole amount was transferred back into an unknown account. The hell? This is the work of my ex. She punches the terminal. He must have coded a backdoor into the machine before he left. She rubs her forehead. There's no way we can. She pauses, thinking. Moritz, throw me that wrench. You going to fix it? Moritz spins the wrench across the bay. Bliss smiles. Something like that. Bliss brings the wrench down on the terminal hard. You flinch backward as a hail of computer parts spill up into the bay in a glittering arc. Fragments of screen, memory, sections of the casing. When Bliss is done, she clips the wrench to her tool belt. Try backdooring your way into that, you shit. Morris drifts out from his hiding place amongst the racks. Bliss, he says tentatively. You want me to... He looks at the arc of fragments drifting around the bay nervously. Bliss shakes her head. No, she sighs. I've got it. You go get me a new terminal, cheapest you can find. Cobble one together from pieces at the Ord Exchange if you have to. Bliss. She looks over at you. I'm good now. Bliss glides over to a panel by the wall. Don't worry. One of the first things I had installed when we spec'd out this place was a cleaning sweep. She flickers over a plastic cover on a huge red button. Watch yourself. She hammers the button and a row of laser emitters unfold from the bay wall. They start crawling their way across the work area, frying the debris as they do in pulses of burning light. Bliss smiles. It's just that or just space the whole bay every few cycles. What now? Bliss sighs. We keep at it. The cleaning sweep buzzes and crackles as it works its way across the bay. That account wasn't everything. I'm not that stupid. Once Morris gets back, I'll secure it and flush everything else. She flicks a nearby piece of debris into the path of the sweep. Clean break. Then we take another contract. That's it. She shuts off the sweep as it reaches the near end of the bay. I'm in. You better be, Bliss laughs, because there's no way you're getting your investment back unless you are. She rubs her forehead. I'm sorry, Sleeper. I know you worked for this too, but next time won't be the same. That's okay. She smiles. See you in a few cycles. Morris will let you know. She winks and kicks off into the bay to finish cleaning up. Why do I feel like Morris is the one that did this? I don't know. Something about him is a little shifty there. Okay, I got a 4 and a 1. And I actually don't really have anything to do. This is kind of a first. I guess I can go and get some scrap. I can also... yeah, I guess I can go and get some scrap. I'm probably going to need it, so yeah. Let's go ahead and cross on up here. Still got 2 more turns for that. I think I've actually been up here yet. I mean, I've saw that it exists, and that's about it. Okay, got a scrap component. But I'm now starving. Wonderful. There's the farm stacks. I won't do that. Come back here, do some work. And at least it'll give me some food. Okay. And then I'll eat. That should top me off. Okay. Yeah, man, that leaves me in really good condition. I just have to wait so much now. Everything is kind of done, I guess you could say. I'm also going to have to find some work to do because I'm getting a little low on cryo now. I think I can work at the bar. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I think there's the bar, Minji Express, maybe the commune, but I don't know if they actually pay you. Okay. Anything new pop up? Is that a no? Looks like a no. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really look like anything popped up for real. Sword fabricator. Yeah, I just have to wait for old buddy to contact me. I guess I could go ahead. Well, let me see what I can do as far as these mushrooms go, because I do need to finish this quest at some point. Yeah, across the greenway. It goes grow bits, so that's got 1 more turn. The aviary. This. Oh, okay, so I just need to get some more of those. Collect some spores. Both of these are +2, which is nice. Okay. That gives me the 2 extra spores that I need. I still only have 1 upgrade point. That's great. One more. Then I'll just have to give that time to do its thing. In the meantime, I got 1 scrap, so that should be fine. And I guess I'll just work at the bar. Yep, not a whole lot else I can do. Well, let's see which one is the best option here. So that's a +1. And I think the bar is a +1 as well. Yep, they're both +1. This is actually risky, though. I'll just go ahead and do this. Okay. 13 cryo. It's not terrible pay. Especially now since I actually don't have anything to do. Okay, let's try for a better dice. 5, nice. Alright, 15 cryo, so yeah. That did pretty well for me right there. And I won't use the scrap just yet. I'll use it the next turn. Need to stray. We got some nice money, so we're okay. And we'll end the cycle. So now the seed is finna come up. Oof, that is some... That's not great. I'm definitely gonna re-roll all of that, so... Okay, so there's Lem and Mina. I actually think I'll just go ahead and do Lem and Mina first. And there's Rico up here. So yeah, let's go back down here. And I think the ship is gone. Yep. Ship is gone. Having Edge offices. Yeah, they're just back to selling data and stuff. That's the end of that. There's no answer when you buzz Lem's unit, but the door is open. You push the door and find Mina sitting in the middle of the floor, playing with Bun Bun. Hi, Mina. Hi, robot, says Mina sullenly, waving Bun Bun's paw without looking up. How are you? Bun Bun is sad, says Mina, modding the toy's head in agreement. Like Daddy. You look around the unit. It is a mess. Dishes and glasses on the side, some of Mina's clothes piled up in the corner. Mina is sitting by her bag, which is spilled out across the floor. Her drawing slate cracked and dark. Let's tidy up. You start with the kitchen units, piling up the dishes in the auto wash and wiping them down. You pile the clothes up next, folding them neatly. Mina watches you quietly as she plays, curious but silent. You've just started to look at fixing her cracked slate when Lem enters. Sleeper, what are you... He pauses and looks from you to Mina and back again. Never mind. He drops the bag by the door and slumps into the couch. Everything okay? Lem lets out a weak laugh. You forget the past few cycles now, too. Wish I was so lucky. He looks away at the open door. Look, now's not a good time. What happened? What happened? We messed up, that's what happened. We put our hopes in someone else's stupid scheme. He pinches the bridge of his nose. You understand they never even put us on the list, right? I've been all around the rim looking for work, and I've run into more than a few from the cruise. It turns out only longtime Having Edge members were issued those Sailor's ID numbers. They never planned to consider us. Having Edge say they didn't know that was what they were going to use to make the draw, and who knows, maybe Silas pulled the wool over their eyes. But what does it matter? All those hours in the yards for a hand-to-mouth wage and nothing else. He slams his hand down on the sofa. That can't be it. Well, it is. He looks at the open door again. They are moving the Sidereel up the hub now, you know, he says without meeting your eye. That's where it'll depart from. They are bringing in a ship with all their cryosleep pioneers and transferring them up there in microgravity before loading the crew. We could sneak aboard. You think they're just gonna let people on board? The security they'll have has to be impossible. He looks over at Mina. Look, we'll be fine. We always have been. I just need a little time. We had our hearts set on that trip, is all. Mina comes over and climbs into his lap. He smiles. What if I got you on board? I miss you these past few cycles. I miss that optimism. Lem strokes Mina's hair. Look, you want to go up to the hub and ask around? Be my guest. I can't get up there with Mina down here, and I'm sure the Sidereel will bring in a crowd. But be careful. This kind of thing always attracts scammers and thieves. You find any way on board, you take it. You need help to get there? Ask me. But for now, me and Meanie here are sticking on the eye. She looks up at him and smiles. I'll find a way for us all. Lem smiles, but doesn't say anything. You stand to leave and Mina grabs your hand, eager to give you one more smile. Then you're out, back on the walkways of the low end, already thinking of plans to make this right. Alright, so there's that. So is that... I'm sure that's not the end of that quest line. Surely it's not. And it doesn't seem like... Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's really anything else. Just kind of waiting right now. And I was going to wait till the next episode for this, but let's go ahead and see what Rico is doing. Rico has something in her hands when you enter the lab. It looks like a knotted twist of woody stems, a ring about the circumference of a human head, consisting of a single stalk at one side and a branched woven network at the other. As you approach, she holds it up, and in the lights of the lab, it looks like a crown. Rico finishes your thought. She smiles and shakes her head in disbelief. Is that what grew? It is. I came to the plant this morning, and this loop was all that was there. She points to a lump on the edge of the ring. The seed grew right back into itself, twisting up and out of the soil. That being you encountered, in the cloud, as you call it, was it wearing one of these? She eyes you suspiciously, still unsure if she's somehow embroiled in an overlong prank. No. She sighs. I suppose that would be too easy, she smiles to herself. A root crown. She places the object on the bench and shuffles her analysis terminal, her face lit by its ember light in the dim corner of the lab. Well, it isn't exactly a plant anyway, not from what I can tell. She gives you a serious look. No leaves, no chloroplast, just a series of filaments encased in cellulose walls. How did it grow? It seems the seed contained everything needed. A self-contained entity, no less. She beckons you over. But that isn't the good part. Look at this. You see a cross-section scan of the crown, its layers of plant-like structures on full view until you reach the center. There, instead of xylem and phlegm for transporting nutrients, something branched and woven glints. Are those wires? She laughs. I'm not sure whether to say yes or no here. These are not wires like those in an electrical system, no, but they are filaments of a conductive material, so yes? She leans closer to the screen. But you see those branches? They remind me of dendrites or neurons. She rubs her eyes, which is frankly ridiculous. You look back at the crown on the table as Rico fuses over the scans, and you suddenly realize what it reminds you of. Does it remind you of Erlin's eye? You remember signing the forms, the walk to the sleeper tanks, the cold metal floor. Then you remember the crown they fitted you with, the branching structure of wires and pads. No, not a crown. They call it an interface. The tool of your emulation, your transference from neurons to electrons. An interface. That is your gift from the gardener. You turn back to Rico. It's an interface. Rico looks at you, puzzled. Something clicks in her mind, perhaps something she heard from the sleeper she had helped all those cycles ago. She starts talking, partly to you, partly to herself. If the club heads were made for you, then this too could be made for you, for your frame. She shuffles over quickly to the interface, a word that has stuck to this strange branched object quickly in your mind. You're right, that entity. It is the entity I have been looking for. She shuffles quickly to the crown. They are the entity which is controlling the Greenway, which has been maintaining it, supporting it, has been guiding it for all these decades. She stops to catch her breath. They want to talk with you. Rico leads you to a seat. I will be here, sleeper. If something happens, if you wish me to remove the crown, the interface, just squeeze. She grips your hand tightly. You meet her eyes, clouded with age, but bright with the thrill of new discoveries. Then she places the interface on your head, and everything blinks out. Back into the river, back into the dark flow. Something is different now. You are no longer pushed, no longer blocked, and buffeted by the storm. Instead, it flows around you. You move, and it parts, letting you pass. Something else resists, but it gives easily enough. You look back and see your body. You have left it behind. Somewhere, Rico's voice is talking to you, asking you questions. It is excited, eager, desperate to know what lies on the other side, what the entity has to say to you. You realize how long she has waited for this moment, for the moment of meeting between the inhabitants of the Greenway and its protector, and yet she is still on the outside. You shake off the sadness. You will be her eyes. Then you see the figure, Gardner, out in the storm, planting. It takes less than a moment to reach them. You have never felt so free. This is how Navigator must have felt, released from their prison. This, you think, is what it feels like to be in the place you were built to inhabit. Gardner does not turn at you at your approach. They go on planting, but their voice whispers in the waters like a sharply rising current. You grew the gift. Their speech hisses around you. Good. I am glad. Who are you? Gardner is a good name. You chose it well. I will grow into it. Ha! How does it feel to be free of your seed? They stoop to plant again. My seed? I guess you're talking about my body. Good. That is good. They press a seed into the loamy depths. There was some disagreement, continues Gardner, as if you were picking up on a long-held conversation with the others. They felt you were a danger, but they are always cautious, especially the fungi. They like old known knowns, wide and stable networks. The fungi were cautious? Mostly, yes, although there are many among their number who favor short growth cycles, thick nutrient veins, and sudden shifts. He gestures out into the storm, and though you cannot see them, you feel presences all around you, sensing this audience with great interest. After all, they understood that it was I who made them their crowns, and without them, they would not have joined the chorus. So they see that it is only fair that you get your chance to join too. Join? Yes, become part of this. Gardner stoops again. We are millions, and we grow. I hope you understand. I am unused to speaking to your kind. It has been many cycles since my last conversation. I think it was the chief executive Trellick himself. You look around and you see it. Every growing thing, every non-human being in the Greenway is here. They are networked, connected, branched and linked by this strange being, this artifact of the old station. The impossible dream of a senile farm administration AI, a living network. You could dissolve here, you realize, free of that decaying body. You wouldn't need to be a person. Why would you, among all these other minds? You turn away from Gardner for a moment and look back at your body. A tiny hairline thread connects it to you. You hear Rico's voice again, still asking, still checking in. Are you okay, Sleeper? What are they saying, Sleeper? Are you still there, Sleeper? Something in you sighs a long sigh, a sigh that speaks of an exhaustion beyond tiredness, an exhaustion rooted deep inside you. It stems from the effort of answering questions, of answering problems, of getting up and breathing each cycle. But something else resists the sigh, a yearning, a sense of distance, a desire to squeeze that hand that holds you for its warmth, its blood, its complexity, to make a gesture that says, I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm with you. The two ideas spin within you, making you nauseous. If you break that thread, you will be free. Free to dissolve here, to grow strange and beautiful among a million others. If you follow it, if you squeeze Rico's hand, you will wake up back in that dying body with all the pain and warmth that entails. Now is the moment to choose. Oh my god. Well then. Interesting. Well, I I can't save this, can I? um wow. That is a big decision. That is a big decision. Um if I could have saved this, I would have stopped it right here and let everyone go ahead and decide what would be the course that I would take. But since I am stuck right here and I can't save this, especially on different saves and stuff like that, then I will go ahead and make a decision and I will follow the thread. Wait, is that what I meant? Oh, if you break that thread, you will be free. Yeah. I will follow the thread. I will remain here and try and help out Lem and Mina, and who knows, maybe I'll get some more quests. I'm gonna be really pissed if there aren't any more quests to do in this game. But they've just kind of ended and that's it. But I'll follow the thread and stay here. Your eyes track the thread across the whirling dark back to your body. This choice, you realize, will not be presented again. Follow it. You don't look back at Gardner. You don't dare risk it. Instead, you follow the thread delicately, carefully, like a diver following their lifeline back to the surface. The river whirls around you, but it doesn't pull. It isn't jealous. Neither does it understand. It is, after all, just a river. It isn't a person, a flesh and blood person with wants, with desires, with the capacity for love and hate. It doesn't understand you, and you don't understand it. So you don't focus on it. You don't think about it, on what feels like such a long journey back through the dark. You set your mind on the eyes instead, on hands, things you can focus on, hold on to. And then, after an age of crossing, you are there, settling back into the chair, into a body in a chair, and the overwhelming sensation that comes with being a living thing with a rich and detailed sensorium. For a moment, you feel like you have made a terrible mistake. Who would choose this weight, this anxiety, this deep well at the center of existence? But then you feel it. Rico's hand gripped hard around yours, trembling a little, sweating a little. Rico's hand with its brittle bones and crumpled skin. Rico's hand. And in that moment, you understand why you made this choice. And then you squeeze Rico's hand and you wake up. Warmth and light. So that's the end. A jump over the age game, created, designed, and written by Gareth Damian Martin. Well, well, well. That is an ending. That is definitely an ending. So, I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and give my thoughts since we have an ending here. But yeah, this was actually a really great game. A surprisingly great game. I know when I first saw things about it, I didn't think it was going to be that long. I thought maybe 4 or 5 hours, maybe some variations on certain things and stuff like that. But I didn't expect a full experience like this. This is a really long game. I mean, I have, what, maybe 9 or 10 episodes now, about an hour a piece for each one. So yeah, you can beat this about 10 hours, so to speak. So, but yeah, this was definitely a lot more than I expected. The writing was really good. The music was very good. I don't like how sometimes it cuts out, but it's fine. And you kind of get that ambient sound that's there of, like, I guess you could say, the air whirling around and stuff. So you always feel like you're in a station or you're in space in some form of fashion. But yeah, this was a really, really good game. I did not expect it to be that good. So I enjoyed it. I like the characters, I like the stories. I think the only thing, if I had a gripe, well, let's see what's going to happen now. Okay, so this puts us back here. Sleeper? Rico's voice comes wavering through the dark. Are you still with me? You sit up. The lab a bright green glare that fades as you gather yourself. I'm here. Rico smiles. Good. She squeezes your hand. I thought you left me for a moment. What? She pauses. Who? She smiles. Tell me about it. Tell me everything. Tell her the truth. You tell Rico everything. You tell her about the gardener, that strange farm administrator that has grown to be so much more, about the cores, that impossible configuration of networked plants, and finally about the choice the gardener offered you. She listens attentively, but her responses are hard to read, and you wonder if she might have made a different decision had she been in your place. Thank you, Sleeper, for telling me. I know it isn't easy to say such things. People so often do not wish to hear strange truths. She looks away. And thank you for returning to me. Though I know you had your own reasons. She squeezes your hand reassuringly. Something passes between you then, a kind of shared sadness for the impossible choice. The choice to escape your body or to stay and suffer it. Her smile is warm and generous, and whatever the wisdom of your choice, you're glad to feel welcome in this moment, in this place. Then suddenly, she stands and walks a little away, as if trying to escape an unpleasant thought. You worry that she knows all too well what it takes to make a choice like you did. Rico sighs. So, Sleeper, do you plan to stay in the commune with us? For a while. I'm glad to hear it. Rico crosses back over to you and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Haifa needs new blood if it wants to survive. And she squeezes. You are a good friend. The feeling is mutual. Well, don't let me keep you. Rico waves you away and limps back to her terminal. As she does, you notice the crown in her hand, and she places it on the bench with great care. You can't help but feel a little curious about what she intends to do with it. Then you're out, breathing the fresh air of the greenway as if it was a spring morning. The dappled light makes a patchwork of the greening landscape, and you walk into it, sensing the movements of the gardener's chorus all around. And you are glad to be here in this strange and beautiful place a little longer. All right, so I guess that's the end of that storyline. That was a lot. That was quite a lot. So I guess the rest of this is just going to be me trying to wrap up some of these stories. I guess I think I don't know how many more endings are left. So, I mean, that's done. I haven't gotten anything else. I guess there's the stuff with Bliss I can do, and then of course there's the stuff with the bar lady here, Tala. I'm gonna remember her name one of these days. But yeah, that's it. But I mean, yeah, just to kind of continue on my thoughts, I guess if I had to have one gripe about this game, it is kind of the incoherentness of how some of the missions kind of pan out. So, and sometimes it does gel well together, sometimes it doesn't. Um, it did kind of get weird right there with Rico's case because I did already have the seed, and it was just like she already kind of had the knowledge that I told her that, even though think it never really came up as far as the dialogue that we had with her. So it was just kind of moved on, and you just had already told her. Maybe that was because I just did it too early or something. I don't know. But yeah, sometimes it's kind of weird how things kind of pan out and so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I love the way you can just kind of go around the station and do certain things. I actually wish there were more characters, and I wish there was more things to do. I do like the dice system. I was actually really worried about this initially because I thought it was going to be more like Baldur's Gate 3 or something like that, or just a lot harder to try and deal with the randomness and so on and so forth. And sometimes games like that can be mildly infuriating, but this was really a pleasant surprise. I haven't been this pleasantly surprised, honestly, since The Life and Suffering of Sir Bronte or Suzerain. I haven't really played something like that, really, because I played a lot of visual novels, but nothing that really kind of captured me for real. But this has actually been a very pleasant experience. So it gives you the dialogue and the commentary and the introspectiveness of Disco Elysium, but also kind of the simplicity of something like Suzerain, but also equal when it comes to the dialogue and so on and so forth. So I really enjoyed this. I will continue playing this. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording right now for this and give this some time to catch back up, because right now I think episode 5 just came out. So, and this is probably going to be episode 9 or 10. I'm not actually sure. I have to check my recordings. So yeah, I'm going to let things kind of catch back up. And when things catch back up, then, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you would like to see next. If you want me to continue playing this, I will. I will still play this either in my spare time or just, on the channel, just if I can see if there are any updates or anything. I'll just cut out any parts where it's just me kind of doing some repetitive stuff. But yeah, just leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you would like to see next. So if you like the video, you want to see more content like this, subscribe. I have a lot of things on the channel, and I will have many other things coming in the future. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, then please leave them in the comment section and I will be more than happy to get to it. Like I said, I'm pretty free right now, so I do have some games I intend to kind of at least show off a little bit. I'll probably end up showing those off before this video actually comes out. So like I said, Iron Oaths might already be up. Ravenous Hearts might have already put out an episode of that. Not sure. I can't read what I'm going to do like that. So but yeah, if you have any suggestions of other games that I haven't seen or may have came out and I didn't notice, again, let me know and I'll be back, and or I'll be more than happy to go ahead and get to them. So I thank you for watching. Jump Over the Age, you did a really great job, and I really do hope you kind of stay on this and add more content to it. I mean, I would really like to see more to this. I would love to see a Citizen Sleeper 2, or maybe some type of expansion that goes into, I don't know, maybe trying to fix the station up or something like that, or meeting more characters, or meeting other alternate storylines, or adding more classes to have more storylines in there. So yeah, definitely stay on this, and I hope that there's more coming soon in the future. So thank you for watching. Thank you everyone for joining me in this. Thank you for welcoming me back because I was gone for so long, and I will see you in the next series or the next video. See you.